Well, hello once again, folks. So I've decided to open up to doing some subscriber repair requests again. One of my subscribers called Steve got in touch and asked me to have a look at this old Hornby 4F locomotive. He said it wasn't running and that there was smoke coming out of the tender. Smoke coming out of the tender is not a good sign. But I said, okay, I'll have a look at that because that sounds quite interesting. But let's put some power into this and see what happens. Supply some power. Oh, it's going. Not very well though. So that is running with no smoke out the tender, but it's not running very well. It's very jittery, so I think the motor needs a good service. So we'll take it to the bench and we'll have a look. So this is the Hornby 4F. It's been weathered. I'm not a fan of weathering, I have to say, but never mind. I've got a 4F. I have the Airfix one. I changed it to a BR livery instead of the LMS. But this is the Airfix one. But it will be pretty much exactly the same, I think. Let's have a wee look underneath here. We've got a cracked underframe. Interesting, somebody's put a sort of a little keeper on there, I think. That's to keep the wire in place, I would imagine. Nothing for it, but to just get stuck in. Interesting little keeper there. And then I think, oh yeah, that's just come off. Okay, that's fine. I think somebody in the Airfix must have been sent a challenge. See how many parts you can make out of plastic in the motor, because this thing is just a plastic monstrosity. Take these brush retainers off, which will let me get the motor out. The brushes are in there and one of them looks a bit oily. Springs are stuck in the retainer. Let's put that to the side just now. Yeah, that's why it's been smoking. You've got oily brushes. You don't want oily brushes. Put them in there and we'll get some contact cleaner on them. Okay, we'll get this apart and see what horrors await. 2 screws there, and then this should just lever off, which allows me to take the wheels out. And yeah, the centre wheel doesn't have traction tyres, which is good. There's a traction tyre missing, so that won't help, so we'll need to find a traction tyre. Right, we'll get this open, because inside here there's another 3 little gears. You can see in there's 3 little gears, and they're kept in place by this keeper. Get that cog out, and we should be able to remove the armature, like so. That's quite a dirty armature. That's all black there, and that's all caused by the oil, and that's what's been causing the smoking. And there's a tiny little plastic washer in there, which we'll leave alone. Other than that, that looks okay. Just needs a wee bit of a clean. Let's look inside here, because in these gears you can often get, yes, there's old grease in here that's kind of congealed. So that's that one, and that one goes on the top, and that one goes on the bottom. And that's the keeper. Should probably have taken it off first. So you can see there's a bit of residue there. That's probably old grease. So I'll give it a scoosh and get all that cleaned out. Right, okay. Well, we'll get these into some hot soapy water and give them a clean, because they're just full of crap. So just giving these gears a clean in warm soapy water. Right, we'll clean this commutator, get some T-cut on it. It's absolutely covered in oil. No wonder it was smoking. And a scoosh. Right, leave that to dry. So these wheels are a right oily mess as well, so I don't want to put them in water though. Now I've got a missing traction tyre on one of these. I'm sure I've got some. Like that. There we go. That'll do. Oh no, hang on, I forgot. We've got a couple of springs in here. I'll put them in with the brushes. Yeah, absolutely soaked in oil. Never get oil in your brushes. And we'll give these a scoosh out. These should be clean, not oily. Let's take this underframe off this locomotive, and we'll have a look at the pickups. Yeah, we've got a broken underframe, so we'll see if we can do something about that. Quite a bit of oil going on here, so I think we'll take these wheels right out. Yeah, pickups are really dirty. Wow, I don't know if you can see that, but the pickups are really dirty. And we've got little bits of plastic. What's going on here? What's broken off? I think it's just bits of the, oh god, yeah, this underframe is clinging to life. There's little bits broken off all over the place, and the bits that are broken off don't really matter, but you know, just taking that apart there, all these wee bits, but fortunately they don't really matter. I'm just using a cotton bud soaked with contact cleaner. So this underframe, it's all cracked and broken round about there, and there's a crack across here, and it's completely broken there. It looks like someone's, yeah, we've got a plate's been glued on there to try and stabilise that, so that's fine. We'll leave that, but we'll get some glue on here and try and fix that. Bit of industrial strength super glue, or any good plastic glue would do. Right, so we'll let that harden. Then we'll have a look at these wheels, which are a bit oily, but otherwise okay. So I'm just cleaning these wheels with T-cut. So it's dirt that comes off. Okay, so I'm going to give the gears a bit of a file, so a piece of very fine sandpaper on top of a nice flat surface. And I'll just give the backs of them a bit of a rub, just to take any flash off. So we'll put these little gears back into position here. So I'm just putting some grease at the bottom of the spindle. And we'll put a wee spot of oil in as well. And some oil in the bearing. So the gear with the little shaft in it goes onto the spindle, like so. And then we pop this one in. And then that one just sits in place between the two, like that. So it's kind of just floating there until the armature's in position. Okay, fit this keeper on. So in here there's a tiny little washer just in there. So we pop the armature through with the commutator facing where the brushes go, through that washer and through that bearing. And then this assembly should slot in, get the armature shaft through that gear without dislodging it. There we go. Right, get it screwed together quick. And just make sure that the armature moves. It does. It's fine. Okay, we'll get some oil into the bearings either side. So it's in here and in there. Right, okay, let's get this, try and get this back together. This can be a right fiddle. That on there. And then the wheels, which way around are we? These go to the top, so it's that way. To make sure the pickups are another bit of plastic. This thing's falling to bits. Make sure the pickups are on the inside of the wheels. So right, my wheels are in place, and we'll get some lubrication on the axles. Okay, so with my wheels in position and the pickups all inside the wheels, we'll get this underplate down, if I can, without breaking it. Right, let's put that there just now, and we'll get the drawbar in position, and then see if we can, have I got those wheels the wrong way around? No, I haven't, because I'm awfully good at that. Right, let's see if we can get this into position. And then get it screwed together before it falls apart. Not over tightening, just so there's no play. Pop this up through there. And then we'll pop the brushes in. 1, 2, and then we've got little springs which should sit over the end of the brush. I don't really want to desolder these, so I can get this done in a wanna both brushes at once. There you go. Right then, okay, battery. Do we have any action here? No. Yes, we do. Excellent. I've made a schoolboy error. I haven't put this drive gear in position. Oh, what an idiot. It's all my gears all falling apart again. You're probably laughing your heads off at me here, aren't you? Putting that gear on there, that's what I should have done. There. That's it. Cool. Right, fit the other gear, which just goes on. That's easy enough. Some molly grease into it. Just goes on there. Okay, so with that in position, we can get the wheels in place. So put one in there, one in there, and the one with no traction tyres will go in there. And we'll get some oil on those axles. Then we can put this across, clip it in position. Just put the screws in, and then I'm going to fit one of these weights, I think it's this one, to the back one, just because it will hold the motor in place. Fine. Screw that in position. Fine. And then we'll have this little keeper which someone's added on to keep that wire in place. On my 4F, I cut a hole at the back of the underframe and routed the wire through there rather than it coming out from underneath. I don't know why it's been designed that way, it's a bit silly, but there you go. Right, let's see if we can get that in there and get that thing in position, wire in there. So, take it to bits, cleaned it, oiled it. Let's go and stick it on the layout and see how it goes. Okay, this had a real problem going over the points, so let's see how it deals with them now and how it runs. That's better. Let's see how it deals with the points going backwards. No problem. So there we are, that's Steve's old 4F running fine now. It really just needed a good clean, that was all. I mentioned to Steve about the state of the underframe on this thing because it is quite badly broken, and he's asked if I could possibly get a replacement and fit it. So I have managed to find a replacement, so once I get that through the post, we'll get this back on the bench and we'll sort out the broken underframe, and I think it's parts of the chassis as well and the locomotive. So we'll do a follow-up video on this when that comes, but meantime, catch you later, folks.